Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. The National Army Circle in Beni Messous hosts the ceremony of the 30th edition of the November 1st, 1954 award, a distinction for the best achievements in historical research, historical novel, and audiovisual productions of the same kind. The Commission of the African Union congratulates Algeria for the successful launching of its surveillance satellite Alsat-3A. The President of the African Commission affirms that it's a significant advance in Africa's spatial and geospatial capacities. A new agency of Algeria's external bank opens in Marseille to meet the needs of the national community there. Welcome back. The International Quran Competition returned to Algeria for its 21st edition, a gathering dedicated to memorizing and reciting, ending with the award of 3 winners. Basma Far with the details.
فإذا جاء وعد الآخرة ليسوءوا وجوهكم وليدخلوا المسجد كما دخلوه أول مرة.
The International Quran Competition returned to Algeria for its 21st edition, a gathering dedicated to memorization and recitation, ending with the award of 3 laureates from across the world.
I call on young people not to miss the learning circles of the Holy Quran. They are a source of dignity and pride for us. The word of God deserves special attention. It must be preserved through memorization and through proper recitation according to the rules of Tajweed. We thank God for this blessed night and for this immense grace with which He has honored me.
The jury praised the efforts of all participants in memorizing the Holy Quran. They described this distinction as a strong symbol of preserving and transmitting Quranic values.
This competition is well known for the high level of its participants. The International Algiers Prize for Quran Recitation is eagerly awaited every year. The competition is tough and the participants are highly competitive. We commend the dedication shown by our sheikhs and by the teachers of the Quran in mosques. This competition highlights the ability of the memorizer, the reader and the reciter to make the Quran a mirror of behavior and moral conduct.
Held on the occasion of Al-Isra wal-Mi'raj, the event once again confirms Algeria's commitment to supporting the memorization of the Holy Quran at the international level.
The ceremony of the 30th edition of the November 1st, 1954 award was held in the National Army Circle in Beni Messous, a distinction for the best achievements in historical research, historical novel and audiovisual productions of the same kind. The ceremony was chaired by the Minister of Mujahideen and Rights Holders in the presence of the President of the Council of the Nation, the President of the People's National Assembly, the Advisor of the President of the Republic and the Minister-Governor of Algiers, in addition to the revolutionary family. On this occasion, several Mujahideen have been honored. Algeria reaffirmed its unwavering support to the sovereignty and unity of South Sudan through the statement of the State Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in charge of national community abroad, Sofiane Chayeb, who is on a work visit to Juba for the African Union High-Level Ministerial Ad Hoc Committee for South Sudan as part of the African Union's support to the peace process and monitoring the implementation of the 2018 peace agreement. Chayeb reminded Algeria's role at the United Nations and African levels in supporting sustainable solutions in this country. The Commission of the African Union congratulated Algeria for the successful launching of its surveillance satellite Alsat-3A. The President of the African Commission affirmed that it's a significant advance in Africa's spatial and geospatial capacities. According to Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, it's an achievement that reflects Algeria's major role in spatial science and its commitment to exploit technology to serve sustainable development. The Commission hopes that the satellite's improved high-resolution data will contribute to the national and continental priorities in accordance with the 2063 agenda. In Marseille, Algeria's external bank opens its doors to serve the Algerian diaspora, offering secure finance, project support and stronger ties with the homeland. Basma Far.
Marseille stands as France's main economic gateway to the Mediterranean. Each year, over 80 million tons of goods pass through its port, supporting more than 100,000 jobs linked to the port activity and international trade. In this setting, BEWA International Bank chose to open a branch in Marseille, a strategic move in a city defined by global connections, financial flows, and economic mobility.
Cette implantation à Marseille intervient dans un...
The opening in Marseille comes within a broader context as Algeria strengthens its framework for welcoming investors, particularly those from its diaspora. The Algerian diaspora is no longer only an emotional link to the homeland. Today it stands as a full economic actor carrying projects and investment initiatives. The role of a bank such as ours is to support this momentum, to secure financial flows and to build trust between investor businesses and both shores of the Mediterranean.
de créer les conditions de confiance entre les investisseurs, les entreprises et les deux rives de la Méditerranée.
In Marseille, this economic dynamic is clearly felt. The metropolitan area hosts nearly 30,000 companies engaged in international activity, supported by a dense fabric of SMEs, traders, and entrepreneurs. The Algerian diaspora is among the key drivers of this ecosystem, working alongside economic actors deeply involved in Mediterranean exchanges.
J'ai choisi la banque, la BEA d'Algérie, puisque depuis très longtemps qu'on attend.
I chose BEA Bank in Algeria because we have long awaited the opening of the Algerian financial movement. I am proud to be among the first clients of DRA. I also encourage all our compatriots here in France to open accounts with our Algerian bank.
Dans notre banque
Principalement sur...
Most requests focus on trade finance, including international trade operations, the securing of assets in a cross-border context, as well as support in structuring credit files and financing counterparties, whether for professional entrepreneurial activities or for household needs.
entrepreneurial ou bien dans le contexte des ménages.
The new bank does not fill a symbolic gap. It meets a real need, providing finance that secures transactions, supports projects, and turns the ties between the community and Algeria into a driver of sustainable economic growth.
Poverty and demolished livelihoods become the reality of many Moroccan families who express their fed up of their worsening situation, while calls grow for urgent solutions and lasting reforms. Melissa Kabesh with the details.
Across several regions in Morocco, growing numbers of citizens say daily life has become a struggle marked by poverty, insecurity, and the absence of basic services. For many families, the situation has worsened following the demolition of small shops and informal markets, often their only means of earning a living. I have been without work for a year now. We are exhausted and we are hungry. They took away our shop. I will keep speaking out. I am not afraid. All I ask is to live with dignity and to let the poor live. These shops were our only source of income. Overnight, people found themselves in the streets. Entire commercial areas have been demolished with no replacement solutions, pushing many families into extreme vulnerability. My husband could not bear the demolition of his shop. I took him to the hospital. He passed away. Now I'm alone with 6 children. I feed them by doing house cleaning. We will not leave. We will build makeshift stalls. We have been waiting for a solution for 5 years. In the absence of proper market facilities, vendors now sell vegetables directly on the ground in improvised markets, highlighting the lack of basic infrastructure and public oversight. The crisis also affects education, with children struggling to continue their schooling under difficult conditions. Our children don't have the means to learn. Classrooms are overcrowded, 40 students or more in a single class. For many Moroccans, this has become a daily reality. One resident attribute to years of poor management, leaving entire communities trapped in social and economic distress.
And we wrap up our edition with sports, as the Algerian Handball Federation unveiled the list of the 18 players selected by the national coach Saleh Bouchakriou to take part in the 27th edition of the African Championship from the 21st to the 31st of January in the Rwandan capital, Kigali. 9 players from the local league were selected, headed by the talented and experienced Masoud Berkous, who will play his 10th African tournament. The other 9 athletes play in foreign leagues, such as our superstar Ayoub Abdi. The national team concluded its last training camp in Slovenia before starting the competition in the Group A against Nigeria. The best 5 teams will qualify to the 2027 World Cup in Germany. Good luck to our players. We hope that they will bring the cup home. And with this, we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.